Γεια σας, είμαι ο Γιώργος Σαββίδης και ακούτε το podcast «Όλα είναι δρόμος». Μία εκπομπή για όλους εμάς τους ερασιτέχνες δρομής. Γεια χαρά φίλοι μου. Πολλά και ενδιαφέροντα πράγματα γίνανε το τελευταίο διάστημα, αρκετά άλλα έρχονται και μιας και έχουμε να τα πούμε καιρό από εδώ μέσα, θα ήθελα λιγάκι να αναφερθώ σε όλα αυτά. Με χρονολογική σειρά, στις 9 Ιουνίου έτρεξα στη Νότια Αφρική τον Comrades Marathon απόστασης 86 χιλιόμετρων, έναν αγώνα που είχε συνολικά 17.313 τερματίσαντες από περισσότερες από 70 χώρες, σε μια δύσκολη και απαιτητική διαδρομή, έναν αγώνα που με σημάδεψε δρομικά, με καθόρισε σαν δρομέα, μου έδωσε νέα ερεθίσματα και με έκανε να αναθεωρήσω για άλλη μια φορά κάποια πράγματα που έχουν σχέση με το τρέξιμο. Απίστευτη εμπειρία, την οποία σκοπεύω να τη μοιραστώ μαζί σας με όλες τις λεπτομέρειες λογικά στο επόμενο επεισόδιο podcast, θα τολμούσα απλά να πω πως ίσως ήταν ο ομορφότερος από τους πιο δύσκολους και πιο συγκλονιστικούς αγώνες που έτρεξα ποτέ. Υπομονή μέχρι το επόμενο επεισόδιο, αλλά δεν ξέρω αν θα βρω τα λόγια να περιγράψω όλα αυτά που έζησα εκεί στη Νότια Αφρική. Ακριβώς την Κυριακή που πέρασε, στις 16 Ιουνίου, είχα την μεγάλη χαρά να συμμετάσχω στον αγώνα της Λίμνης Κερκίνης, ενός αγώνα που κάθε χρόνο πάει και καλύτερα, σε ένα πολύ όμορφο και μαγευτικό τοπίο, κάθε χρόνο με περισσότερες συμμετοχές, όπου φέτος ξεπέρασαν τις 800. Πολλά συγχαρητήρια από την πλευρά μου στους διοργανωτές, τον Σωτήρη, τον Αργύρη, την Ευαγγελία και όσους άλλους βοηθήσανε, διότι κάποια πράγματα πετυχαίνουν μόνο όταν γίνονται με αγάπη και οργάνωση, στοιχεία που ήταν εμφανή στον αγώνα αυτό, γι' αυτό άλλωστε και πέτυχε. Από την πλευρά μου είχα την ευκαιρία να γνωριστώ από κοντά με πολλούς φίλους της εκπομπής, να βγάλουμε μπόλικες φωτογραφίες και να υπογράψω αρκετά βιβλία που προμηθεύτηκαν κάποιοι από το site του εκδότη Sportbook. Πραγματικά σας ευχαριστώ μέσα από την καρδιά μου όλους σας για τα πολύ καλά σας λόγια και την αγάπη που δείχνετε προς αυτή εδώ την εκπομπή. Τι να πω για παράδειγμα για τον Δημήτρη που ήρθε από την Πτολεμαΐδα για να τρέξει τον αγώνα αυτό και να γνωριστούμε, αλλά και στον Αντώνη που ταξίδεψε για τους ίδιους λόγους από Αθήνα. Μεγάλη μου η χαρά που γνωρίστηκα από κοντά με τον Βασίλη, τον Γιάννη, τον Πάρη, τον Αντώνη, αλλά και που είδα σε ένα δρομικό γεγονός τους αγαπημένους Θανάση και Σίλβια, την πολύ αγαπημένη φίλη μου Μαρία, τον εκπληκτικό αθλητή Θανάση Σανέτσι που ήταν και ο νικητής του αγώνα των 21 χιλιόμετρων, αλλά και τόσους άλλους που μπορεί αυτή τη στιγμή να μου διαφεύγουν τα ονόματά τους. Στους υπόλοιπους αγώνες, όπου θα βρεθούμε και από κοντά και θα χαρώ πολύ να σας δω, είναι στις 20 και 21 Ιουλίου στο Ζαγόρι. Στις 27 Ιουλίου θα τρέξω τον αγώνα στα Χνάρια των Ηρώων απόστασης 102 χιλιόμετρων από Θεσπιές για Θερμοπύλες και μετά ραντεβού στα Γιάννενα στις 20 και 21 Σεπτεμβρίου, με μία όμως μικρή στάση στο Ηράκλειο Κρήτης στις 31 Αυγούστου, εκεί όπου θα έρθω να τρέξουμε παρέα και να περάσουμε όμορφα σε έναν πολύ ενδιαφέρον και διαφορετικό από τα συνηθισμένα αγώνα. Πρώτη φορά λοιπόν το ανακοινώνω αυτό από εδώ μέσα, θα βρίσκομαι Ηράκλειο Κρήτης για τον αγώνα Ορεινές Διαδρομές Βορειτσίου το Σάββατο 31 Αυγούστου και θα ήθελα από εδώ μέσα να ευχαριστήσω θερμά τα παιδιά που με καλέσανε για τον αγώνα αυτό και ιδιαίτερα τον Εμμανουήλ Κωνσταντουλάκη, προπονητή της δρομικής ομάδας Χοχλιός Team. Έτσι φίλοι μου, Σημειώστε όλοι το μέρος και την ώρα και θα χαρώ πολύ να τα πούμε από κοντά. Σίγουρα στον αγώνα, αφού θα έρθετε όλοι εκεί, αλλά και στην πόλη, αν έχετε καμία ιδέα να βρεθούμε κάπου την Παρασκευή για κάποιον καφέ, μιας και Ηράκλειο θα βρίσκομαι από την Παρασκευή το πρωί 30 Αυγούστου. Ο αγώνας Ορεινές Διαδρομές Βορειτσίου γίνεται για ένατη συνεχόμενη χρονιά και θα έχει συνολικά 4 αποστάσεις. 12 και 5 χιλιόμετρων, παιδικό αγώνα 1500 μέτρων και αγώνα σκυτάλης 10.000 μέτρων. Το κύριο χαρακτηριστικό των αγώνων είναι πως κάθε χρόνο οι διαδρομές είναι διαφορετικές, δίνοντας μια ευχάριστη νότα διασκεδαστικού ανταγωνισμού, χωρίς ρεκόρ διαδρομής, αλλά με την έκπληξη να περιμένει τους δρομείς σε κάθε χιλιόμετρο. Ενδιαφέρον έχει και το μεταγωνιστικό κομμάτι, διότι ξέρω ότι ακολουθεί μετά τον αγώνα γλέντι με φαγητό και ντόπιες μπύρες και κρασί στην πανέμορφη κεντρική πλατεία του χωριού, αλλά και μπόλικη μουσική. Άρα το Σάββατο 31 Αυγούστου το απόγευμα τρέχουμε στο Βορείτσι του Δήμου Χερσονήσου και ειδικά δε αν μένετε Κρήτη, ελάτε όσο πιο πολύ γίνεται να γνωριστούμε και να τρέξουμε παρέα. Link εγγραφής θα σας έχω στην περιγραφή του επεισοδίου αυτού, αλλά και μέσα από τα social του podcast. Κλείνοντας, μια φιλική υπενθύμηση σε όλους τους φίλους αυτής εδώ της εκπομπής που με στηρίζετε τόσο πολύ από την πρώτη στιγμή. Αυτή τη φορά όμως θέλω να με στηρίξετε ακόμα περισσότερο με την αγορά του ομώνυμου βιβλίου μου «Όλα είναι δρόμος», του οποίου όλα τα δικά μου έσοδα θα δοθούν σε ιατρικό εξοπλισμό στο Παιδοογκολογικό Ιπποκράτιο Νοσοκομείο Θεσσαλονίκης. Το βιβλίο κοστίζει 14,90 € και στην παραγγελία αν βάλετε τη λέξη «Όλα είναι δρόμος» με μικρούς λατινικούς χαρακτήρες δεν θα χρεωθούν καθόλου μεταφορικά για αποστολές εντός Ελλάδας, μία προσφορά του εκδότη για το σκοπό της δωρεάς. Όποιος θέλει μπορεί να το προμηθευτεί από την ιστοσελίδα olainedromos.gr ή από το site του εκδότη sportbook.gr. Ζητάω από όλους εσάς να στηρίξετε το βιβλίο αυτό και να βοηθήσετε να ολοκληρώσουμε τη δωρεά. Μια δωρεά που στην ουσία την κάνουμε όλοι οι δρομείς μαζί. Ας το αποδείξουμε ότι είμαστε πολλοί και ότι είμαστε δυνατοί. Με μόλις 14,90 κάνουμε μια πολύ καλή πράξη όλοι μαζί. Να προσέχετε τον εαυτό σας, οι θερμοκρασίες είναι υψηλές, να ενυδατώνεστε αρκετά και να είστε ιδιαίτερα προσεκτικοί με τις προπονήσεις σας. Αν θέλετε, ακούστε και το επεισόδιο νούμερο 16 με τίτλο «Τρέξιμο το καλοκαίρι, tips και συμβουλές», όπου αναφέρω με λεπτομέρεια τις ιδιαιτερότητες και τους κινδύνους της εποχής και τις προφυλάξεις που πρέπει να παίρνουμε για να κάνουμε όσο πιο ασφαλή γίνεται την προπόνησή μας. Πάμε και στον σημερινό μας καλεσμένο, το μεγαλύτερο όνομα στις υπεραποστάσεις στον κόσμο, τον μοναδικό παγκόσμιο πρωταθλητή και κάτοχο 7 παγκόσμιων ρεκόρ, Aleksandr Sorokin, που πραγματικά είναι τιμή μας που δέχτηκε να μας μιλήσει, οπότε πάμε να ακούσουμε τι ενδιαφέροντα πράγματα έχει να μας πει γύρω από το τρέξιμο και τη δικιά του μοναδική ιστορία.
Όλα είναι δρόμος, το podcast που μας ενώνει.
Σημερινός μου ο καλεσμένος είναι ο δρομέας, υπερμαραθωνοδρόμος και κάτοχος 7 παγκόσμιων ρεκόρ, Aleksandr Sorokin. Ο Λιθουανός Aleksandr Sorokin γεννήθηκε στις 30 Σεπτεμβρίου του 1981 και ξεκίνησε την αθλητική του καριέρα ως αθλητής του Κανόε Καγιάκ. Ένας τραυματισμός στον ώμο του τον ανάγκασε να σταματήσει και μετά από πολύ καιρό, το 2013, στα 31 του χρόνια, πήρε τη μεγάλη απόφαση να κάνει στροφή στη ζωή του, ξεκινώντας να τρέχει, αρχικά για να χάσει τα περιττά κιλά και να αλλάξει τις διατροφικές του συνήθειες. Τα τελευταία χρόνια, ο Σορόκιν δούλεψε σκληρά για να αναρρεχηθεί στην κορυφή της παγκόσμιας σκηνής των υπεραποστάσεων. Στις 29 Αυγούστου του 2021, ο Λιθουανός υπερμαραθωνοδρόμος κατέρριψε το άπιαστο παγκόσμιο ρεκόρ 24 ωρών του θρυλικού Γιάννη Κούρου, που κρατούσε από το 1997, διανύοντας 309,4 χιλιόμετρα με μέσο ρυθμό 4,39 το χιλιόμετρο. Είναι κάτοχος 7 παγκόσμιων ρεκόρ σε στίβο και δρόμο, όπως αυτό των 100 μιλίων σε δρόμο με χρόνο 10 ώρες και 51 λεπτά και 39 δευτερόλεπτα, 100 μιλίων σε στάδιο με χρόνο 11 ώρες 14 και 56, στο εξάωρο με 98 χιλιόμετρα 496 μέτρα, στο 12ωρο σε δρόμο διανύοντας 177 χιλιόμετρα και 410 μέτρα, στο 12ωρο σε στίβο διανύοντας περισσότερο από 170 χιλιόμετρα. Το 2022, στο Ευρωπαϊκό Πρωτάθλημα 24 ωρών, έσπασε το δικό του παγκόσμιο ρεκόρ, διανύοντας 319 χιλιόμετρα και 614 μέτρα, τρέχοντας με μέσο ρυθμό 4,30 το χιλιόμετρο. Τελευταίο παγκόσμιο ρεκόρ είναι αυτό των 100 χιλιόμετρων τον Μάιο του 2023 με χρόνο 6.05.41. Ο Σορόκιν σε αυτόν τον αγώνα έτρεξε 100 χιλιόμετρα με μέσο ρυθμό 3,39 λεπτά το χιλιόμετρο, που σημαίνει 10 διαδοχικές κούρσες των 10 χιλιόμετρων σε χρόνο 36-34 η κάθε μία ή 4,7 συνεχόμενοι ημιμαραθώνοι σε χρόνο 1,17,09 ο καθένας ή 2,4 συνεχόμενοι μαραθώνοι σε χρόνο 2,34,18 ο καθένας. Το 2017 κέρδισε και το δικό μας σπάρταθλον απόστασης 246 χιλιόμετρων σε χρόνο 22 ώρες, 4 λεπτά και 5 δευτερόλεπτα. Με τον Aleksandr Sorokin θα έχουμε μια ενδιαφέρουσα συζήτηση, αφού θα αναφερθούμε σε στιγμές της πλούσιας και γεμάτης παγκόσμια ρεκόρ αθλητικής του καριέρας, θα μας μιλήσει για τη διατροφή του και την ενδυνάμωση, για τα μελλοντικά του σχέδια, αλλά και για άλλα εξίσου ενδιαφέροντα θέματα, τόσο γύρω από την προσωπική του ζωή, όσο και από το τρέξιμο γενικότερα. Today's guest is an incredible runner. Runners and fans of running have likely heard of ultra runner Aleksandr Sorokin. He has an impressive ultra running career by holding a total of 7 world records on the track and road, and seems to show no signs of slowing down. So today we will have the opportunity to speak with Aleksandr Sorokin and catch up on his ultra marathon goals, career thus far, and thoughts about ultra running. So, Aleksandr, thank you so much for coming on. You are very welcomed on It's a Long Road podcast.
Hi, hello to everyone. So I try to answer the questions. So let's try.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. So first of all, I wanted to say that I'm not actually running 3 months because I have a stress factor. So I hope to run. I plan to run 48 hours this year, but I changed the plan because I have a big injury. So I try to back now for races. So I don't inform good. So we'll see.
Oh, I wish you speedy recovery, Aleksandr.
Thank you.
And personally, I'm honored having you as a guest in my podcast. And I really don't know how to start. I have so many questions to make.
So just start.
What I would like to say is that you are an inspiration to us. And since you started focusing on ultramarathon running, you have had an incredible journey. So for people who don't know the story, I want to get back to where all started. So how did one person go from being an overweight smoker and drinker with an unhealthy lifestyle all the way to breaking some of the world's most difficult endurance records?
Yes, it was crazy way. Not crazy, but yes. In Yas, I was kayaker until 25. After that, I finished with sport, and I begin the work, and I take several bad habits. So smoking cigarettes, a lot of alcohol, not healthy food, and until 32, around 7 years, I just work, eat a lot, drink, smoke, and my weight was growing up, and when I was 32, my weight was around 100 kilograms. So I decided to change my life again, to lose a weight, escape of bad habits. So I started running because it's easiest way to don't need any special things, just shoes and go outside and run. And after few months of running, I raced in half marathon. Then after that, I wanted to catch a bigger goal, because running without goals, it's not interesting. So one day I walked in the park and find invitation to race in 100 kilometers in Vilnius. So I decided it will be my goal, and I try to reach a finish on this race. It was left around 50 days until this race, so I just became a long runs, and when the race was started, I finished that day. But of course, 2 weeks I can't walk normally because I have pain everywhere. So, but in my inside, I was very happy because I finished. I did this big goal, and after that, little by little, I love in this sport, ultra running. Results are grows up, and we see now what we see.
So, when you were overweight, then you also a smoker, then first you quit smoking, then you quit drinking, and also you start eating healthier. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, you start running only to lose weight?
Yeah, main goal was to lose weight, except bad habits, because you need to change your goals, change your like because if you don't think about smoking, you think more about running. So it's easier way to escape this smoking or drinking alcohol.
So, Aleksandr, and why are you running? Which is the main reason you are running? What do you love about it?
I don't know. Every time I say that I hate races because it's suffering, painful, and other things. But I love this process from zero to peak form. Every day you're running, you see your body more powerful, more speedy, and this way I like it.
But okay, you like running, but what made you ultra runner?
I don't know, because I'm not have a good pace, good speed, I just maybe can run longer, not fast but long. And I understand that in marathons, half marathons, I can reach anything, but in ultra running, I try to reach something.
And Aleksandr, how is your daily routine?
When I prepare for the race, it's like run, eat, sleep, and repeat. Just do anything else. Wake up. My main morning running session is, if it's peak form, it's around 30-50 kilometers. Then after that, I back, eat something, sleep, and preparing for other training session. So it's routine.
So it's true that your lifestyle is run, eat, sleep, repeat.
Yes.
And what do you usually eat on a daily basis?
Actually, I eat everything, but I all the time look on weight, because it's very easy to, my weight is growing up, so I need to take a diet. So actually, before the race, I escape sweets and other sweet things, and try to calculate calories, because it's very important for me. So I look on my watch how many calories I used. So I try to eat around it. So usually I take 1.5 or 2 grams protein per kilogram. Fats, it's around 1 gram per kilogram of my weight, and other is carbo. Usually it's rice, potatoes, maybe vegetables, fruits, I don't know, bread, and other things.
And how many hours do you sleep per day?
Usually average it's 8 hours, and I sleep in middle day. It's around 30 minutes, maybe hour.
Όλα είναι δρόμος.gr, το site που τρέχει μαζί σας.
Aleksandr, in terms of cross-training, what kind of exercises you are doing?
Yeah, actually I do twice per week gym. I go to gym and try to do strange exercises. I like heavy weights. It's squats, for exercises for calves, every jumps. So actually I need to do it more, but so sometimes I'm lazy, but I do about 4-5 exercises per training session, with 5-10 repeats, and for 4 sets for each exercises.
And do you consider the strength training as vital for marathon and ultramarathon runners?
Yes, I think maybe marathon runner it's not important thing, but for ultra running it's very important thing, because you need to have a power, strength, because you need to run a lot, long distances for 24 hours, for example, or Spartathlon.
I was planning, Aleksandr, to ask you if you ever get injured, but you have just, in the beginning of our conversation, you have just mentioned that you are currently injured. And now what I would like to ask you is, how does a runner like you feel during these inactive periods?
It's very, very hard for me, because you can't run. So I did a lot of the bikes, swimming, exercises in the gym. Yes, it was hard. So about injury, I want to say that sometimes I get it, usually once per year. Sometimes I have some injuries on my legs, so it's normal, I think, for each.
Okay, before important races, do you follow a specific nutrition plan?
No, actually, no. I just I try to calculate calories. So if I want to lose a weight, so I just escape my sweet things. It's candies and others, cakes.
And so what's fueling your body when you are running these extreme distances and especially in these extreme paces?
For now, my body adapted. For example, until 40 kilometers, I don't eat anything. Just if it's hot weather, I take with me a bottle of isotonic drink or just a water and run. So it's enough energy of my body. When I back, of course, I take a lot of energy, a lot of carbohydrates or liquids, water and so on. So, but when I run until 40 kilometers, I don't take anything. Usually. Sometimes I take, if I have at home chocolate bar, for example, or gel or anything.
And how often do you eat and drink? For example, during a 24 hours race?
Okay. Plan usually it's the body can take around 400 kilocalories per hour. So I eat usually every 30 minutes and take around 200 kilocalories per each one. And it's for example gels, bananas, sweets, chips, colas, Fanta, Sprite, I don't know, coffee, something, isotonic drinks. So all I have on the table a lot of things, because you don't know what your stomach wants to eat after, for example, 12 hours of the race. Because until 12 hours it's easy for everyone. The main race begins after 12 hours on 24 hours.
Amazing. And is it true that during your big races you prefer eating also trash food?
Yes.
And you also use caffeine during your races?
Yeah, sometimes I drink coffee. I don't like maybe pellets, but I drink coffee sometimes, or take a gel with caffeine. Yes, I like it.
Aleksandr, some people may ask, how is it possible to eat and drink so much and still move and run? Is this something that has to gradually be trained, and of course it's linked to your fitness?
I don't know. Maybe just adapt your body to eat and run. So it's quite easy. If you run not fast, you can breathe normally. You can eat and run. So everyone in long sport, for example, if you take a bike to the France, they eat and drink too. So it's quite normal, I think.
And how is non-stop running for 24 hours, and especially with an average pace of 4:30 minutes per kilometer?
So yeah. Of course, you can't run from first time. You need to adapt. You need every time try to run faster and faster. So it was my 10 or 11th 24 hours. So I have a big experience. So first runs, it was not really fast. I began from 240 kilometers and until 319. So little by little, your body is adapted. You can run faster and faster. You need just to try. Maybe begin from marathon. After that, you can finish 50 kilometers. After that, 100. After that, 12 hours running. And finally go to 24 hours.
What you do is crazy for most of us. I just can't imagine how you can have a pace like this for 24 hours. It's just crazy. And for example, do you ever stop, for example, to go to toilet?
Actually, if we take last 24 hours races, average stops time was around 1 minute per 24 hours. I go to toilet with big deals. So other things you do while running. So if you do peeing, you just do it in bottle and then throw it. If you eat and drink, you just while run, you eat everything without stops. Yes, it's quite difficult, but I don't know.
Alexander, you smashed Gianni Kouru's world record by almost 6 kilometers in a 24 hours race by running in total 319 kilometers. Where and when did that happen?
It was in Verona, 22nd years. Yes. It was European Championships. Yes, it was my form was very good. And I understand that I try to break a record that day. And yes, when you run alone or not big races, you don't have big motivation. When it's World Championship or European Championship, you see other fast guys who want to reach first place too, and it motivate to run faster and don't stop. So that's.
Ακούτε το podcast «Όλα είναι δρόμος» με τον Γιώργο Σαββίδη. Τρέχουμε παρέα.
Generally, how is your strategy when you run 24 hours? I mean, you are starting faster and then gradually slowing down, or you are trying to have a stable pace?
Yeah, I want to say that still now I don't know how to run correctly. That's 24 hours. So usually I run too fast first half, and second half it's quite slower. So I try to run like the keep the time all the time the same pace, but I can't do it. So I decided that I want to run first half a little faster, because to have little, for example, few kilometers behind second one. After that I know that it will be slower second half. So it's my tactics, I think. Yes.
And who supports you during the races?
Usually my brother comes with me. He lives not in Lithuania. He lives in Denmark. So he takes holidays and go the race with me, because support, it's very very important thing in ultra running, because he's need prepare food, change your clothes, moralic helps and other things. So it's very hard work.
Alexander, you must have huge mental strength to concentrate all these hours of running and to keep pushing. Which are your thoughts during all these hours?
Oh, it's very very hard question. I don't know what I thinking during the race. Of course, I'm thinking about the race, about opponents, what I will eat, what I will drink in a few hours or few kilometers. So of course, after 12 hours comes pain, minds, and every time I say for myself that it last time, because it's too hard for me. You're thinking about try to thinking positive, but it's very hard. During the night, you try to motivate yourself, but it's very hard for me every time, because I every time, like I said, I hate races because it's very hard.
So mentally you get tired as well, and
Yes.
sometimes also you are thinking to quit.
Yeah, every time I think to quit.
Alexander, in 2017, you won the prestigious Spartathlon in Greece. Is that correct?
Yes. So I want to say that Spartathlon saves my ultra running career, because in 2016 I had 2 worse races, and after that I wanted to finish with my sport. So because my results go down, so I decided that Spartathlon will be last my race. because registration was 1 year before. So I wanted to put big point after this race and finish with sport, but I won this race and I understood that I can do something in this sport, so I decided to back. So I want to say thank you to Spartathlon, saved my sport career.
Amazing. First time to hear this. Yes. And Aleksandr, how was the experience running in Greece? And do you ever think of running?
It was very, very beautiful. So it was my first race when I ran from point A to point B. It was very beautiful views. Of course, I don't remember correctly 90% of running because it's hard also. But it was amazing because all people, when you run, cheering you, all small cities and other things. So when you finish, all cities is clapping your hands and other things. So it was very beautiful. So,
do you ever think of running Spartathlon again, or generally running in Greece again?
I heard this question many times. Until now, I don't have a plan to run in Spartathlon, but never say no. But in my plans, I think I have just several last shots. I need to decide to run maybe 1-2 years. After that, I wanted to maybe if everything will be okay, go to longer distances. But maybe next year, maybe.
Okay, so now let's move from Greece to Kenya. And I want to ask you, how was your experience in the camp in Kenya?
Oh, it's very, very good for me because you escape from big city, go to Kenya, just concentrate on running. You can just sleep, eat, and repeat. Like I said, it's quite warm, very, very good people, many runners. All the words come there. So it was very good experience.
And why did you go there?
Because it's high altitude gives me a little more stamina. So I like it when you go to high altitude. When you go back, you feel better.
And if I'm not wrong, I saw a video where you say that for one specific week there in Kenya, you ran more than 300 kilometers. Is this true?
Yeah, actually, when I in peak form and when I preparing for competition, 300 kilometers. It's average week.
It's normal for you.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, Aleksandr, which is your VO2 max?
Actually, I don't have a good VO max because specific of ultra running, it's not run fast. So it's around. It's not much. It's around 60, I think.
And I heard you saying that during an ordinary training, which for you is run a marathon in 2 hours and 50 minutes, you don't need to get any fuel at all. Why is this happening? I mean, have you done any tests which shows you burn more fat than carbs on this pace?
No, I didn't did the tests, but I think yes, you run more on fats because glycogen sources is not much. It's enough for 1 hour, I think. After that, you need to use the fats. So yes, I think I run in low pulse and use fats.
Since you mentioned the pulses, which is your heart rate during a run like this?
On 24 hours?
No, for normal training.
For normal training, it's around 130 maybe. 140 now because I'm not in the peak. After, yes, 130 I think.
And Aleksandr, how is a usual training week for you?
Several long runs, for example, 40, 50 kilometers. Twice I do faster sessions, for example, 10 times by kilometer, like marathons preparing. Other fast session a little longer, for example, 4 times to 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers or 5 kilometers, little slower. And twice I go to gym. So
Όλα είναι δρόμος. Το podcast που μας ενώνει.
And how in the peak of your performance, of your training, how many kilometers you usually run each week?
In preparing time, if I run more than 300 kilometers, it's around 300 kilometers. It's average week before the races.
And do you train every day?
Yes, I try run every day. 2 years ago, I did one day of the week with rest. For now, I run every day.
And Aleksandr, how long is one of your long runs? And which is usually the pace you have? It's the pace of the race?
Yes, I not run longs. Actually, my maximum is 50 kilometers. Sometimes, very rarely, I run more. Once per preparing sessions, it must be 60, 70 kilometers, but usually I run not more than 50 kilometers. Or about pace, it's around 4 minutes per kilometer. So sometimes I run faster, sometimes I'm slower. It depends of my body conditions.
And one thing that stands out about you is the massive training volume. We see that you run so many kilometers every week. Is this essential when we are talking about ultramarathons?
I think mileage is not important thing, because I know several guys who runs very fast and very good, but they don't run a lot of kilometers per week. So it's very individual, I think. But I know one guy who runs a lot more than I, so he had very good results. Now he's not running, so it's very individual. I knew several best marathoners of the world. They have 2 hours and 8 minutes, 2 hours and 10 minutes with mileage per week 100, 120. So I think it's not important thing.
And do you ever go to run a race, for example, just to run a marathon?
I'm too slow to run marathon. So last year I had prepared for marathon and run first time my official marathon in Sevilla in February. So my pace was not good, and my time was 2:25. So it's quite slow.
Slow 2:25. Okay, and this is also your personal best. 2:25.
Yes, it's official. Yes.
And what, in your opinion, is your biggest accomplishment as a runner?
I think 100 for me it's too fast. I don't run good. I'm not good runner for 100 kilometers. So I think this year several guys can catch this record. So maybe 24 hours for me it's better.
And do you ever wonder if we really have limits? Do you have limits?
Of course, all people, all men has the limits, but my goal is to push as maximum. What can I do? We'll see. Maybe I don't reach my limits yet. We'll see.
So, what makes you superhuman and what keeps you going? Is the discipline you have, the training? Is your motivation? I don't know.
maybe biggest thing is motivation. If you don't like it, you can't reach good results, because you need live in ultra running, because it's takes a lot of your time. If you don't like it, don't be a good results.
And do you have any hobbies? How do you spend your free time?
I don't have a free time. Yes, of course I have a hobby. Except running, I like to play video games in PlayStation.
And what shoes do you wear?
I like shape Nike Alpha Flies. For me is good one. Vapor Flies. So I have a sponsorship with Nike. So I run only with Nike for now. So it's quite good for me. I tried other brands. So Nike for now it's best one, I think, for me.
And Alexander, what about trail running? Do you like it?
I tried several trail runnings, so I don't like it because I'm I'm a number guy. I need to know my space, my time, and other things. On trail running, you can't calculate anything. You just run, and sometimes you can lost because you're tired. Turn, don't correct way. It's quite difficult for me, and I'm too heavy to run upstairs. So I think it's main thing. It's not good for me.
So, for the future, is coaching something you are planning to do? To become a coach. To become a coach.
Maybe yes. I become a coach. I think I now begin to run several plans for several guys from all the world. Maybe in the future I take more. For now I don't have a lot of time for this, but maybe in future yes I need, because I'll not run all the life. I need to do something else. Yes,
of course. And do you ever think of writing a book?
Sometimes, several times I have these questions, but I don't think about it now. Maybe in the future. But I think it's very hard thing because I don't like write. I can't write correctly. My book would be about five pages.
Alexander, what's next for you? I mean, I read in one of your recently posts on Facebook where you say, "Let's do it again," which means you get back on the track to try to break the world record for the 100-kilometer run.
Yes, correct. It was let's do it in Vilnius 100 kilometers again. So it was correctly on September 7th. So everyone want to run 150 kilometers, welcome to Vilnius.
So what would be your advice about setting and achieving goals?
Sorry, what is mean?
Which is your advice to give to our listeners if they want to set and achieve goals?
Okay. First of all, like what you do, be motivated, little work, and everything will be okay. So it's quite easy. Just like it, leave it, and goal are reached.
So, Alexander, before we close this episode, do you want to say something last to all Greek runners who listen to this podcast?
So yes, you have a very good, very huge culture of ultra running. So one of the best persons, it's Gianni Kouru and Fotis, who runs 24 hours with in World Championship. It was very strong runners. So you're very good nation. So let's do it again. Let's run ultras on all the world.
Alexander, thanks so much for coming on to talk to me today. It was a really fantastic interview, and I'm really looking forward to people listening to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. to everyone.
Κάντε δικά σας τα μοναδική σχεδίασης all over print δρομικά μπλουζάκια του podcast. Μεγαλώνουμε ακόμα περισσότερο την παρέα μας και δίνουμε χρώμα στις προπονήσεις και τους αγώνες μας. Παραγγείλτε τα μέσα από την ιστοσελίδα olainedromos.gr.
olainedromos.gr, το site που τρέχει μαζί σας.
Άλλο ένα podcast «Όλα είναι δρόμος» έφτασε στο τέλος του. Περιμένω τις δικές σας προτάσεις και ιδέες για επόμενα θέματα που θα θέλατε να συζητήσουμε. Σας ευχαριστώ πολύ που με ακούσατε. Κάντε follow για να λάβετε ειδοποίηση για το επόμενο επεισόδιο. Μέχρι την επόμενη φορά, να είστε όλοι καλά, υγιείς, να ευχαριστιέστε τις προπονήσεις και τους αγώνες σας και να απολαμβάνετε την κάθε σας στιγμή. Ακολουθήστε με στο Spotify, στο Apple Podcasts, στο Google Podcasts ή όπου αλλού ακούτε podcasts.